Okay, I welcome you to another video in the 100 Film Project series. And the film I want to review today is The Desperate Hour, that stars Naomi Watts. It was directed by Philip Noyce and written by Chris Sparling. And this is the story of a mother a widow who has two children, and her son goes to school and she goes on a run, and then she realizes that there is a shooting at her son's school. And because she went on a run, she is very far away from her car, and then she uses her phone to communicate with her son's school. And I think the main thing that this movie sheds light on is the harsh reality of school shootings in some parts of America, and the impact of that kind of incident on the families um, in that context or that situation. At one point in the story, Naomi Watts thinks the shooter is her son, and it really makes her reflect on her conversations growing up with her son. And she constantly says that he's a good boy and he did not do this. Without revealing too much about the plot and what happens in the film, I think Naomi Watts is brilliant because I think Sparling writes a really well-timed screenplay because you're constantly building intensity in this movie, and you're almost following Naomi Watts as she tries to gather information about what's happening, and you're almost as you feel like you're a desperate parent. If your child's in trouble, you want to get them out of trouble as soon as possible. So I really like this film because it was a well-paced thriller, and I think thrillers are one of my favorite genres. So if you are looking for a good thriller that there can be trigger warnings for incidents related to shootings, and if you are worried about that, I'd recommend watching a trailer before you watch the film. But Naomi Watts is brilliant, and I highly recommend this film.